This is actually a quote from a book. The book is called The Restaurant at the End of the Universe. This book is the sequel, it's the second book of The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. So, any particularly nerdy folks that's familiar with The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, this is a quote from the second book of that series. And it's a very interesting take on some comedy there. We're not really going to get started with a whole lot of curriculum today. Next week would be when we jump into our algebra, but I want you to be able to log in. So when we get started next week, that's already been wrapped up and taken care of. But anyway, hope everyone had a super Christmas break. Enjoyed some holidays, had some time with family, some friends, ate some good food, maybe had too many desserts. I think I ate a whole cake. Well, almost. My little 1.5-year-old grandson ate a piece, but I think I ate the rest of the cake. But my wife had a bunch of pies, and cakes, and we had cookies, and we just had candy, and just yeah. So we ate way too much sweets, which I don't know if that's actually a thing. Too much sweets, is that a thing? I don't know that it is, but yeah, he had plenty. So hopefully everyone feels refreshed. Actually, I was happy to kind of get back to school here just so I can get some rest because when I'm on break, I'm staying up till midnight or later and watching movies, playing board games, and just my whole schedule gets thrown off, and I feel exhausted. So get back here and get back on schedule. Go to bed at a decent time. All the good stuff. So I'm already feeling like more into a routine here. Just our second day back. Although for all you students who were here last semester, you had an extra day because you didn't have to come to the boot camp. We had a wonderful boot camp yesterday. So good to see you guys back from the break. All right, I'm gonna put this quote down. Anyone that is this late, they don't get to see the quote. They're too late. Hey Keith, come on in. But there we go. So a few folks got to get their cameras on still, but anyway, I want to go over, and you've probably heard this from the other teachers, but I want to go over our new schedule because that's very important to understand what we're looking at this semester because it is different in virtual. For those of you who are new, everything's different to you, but for the folks that were here last semester, our schedule is changing. So for this semester going forward, Mondays and Tuesdays do not change. Mondays and Tuesdays are still when we have our regular class meets. We give our instruction, to know your assignments for the week, help you with the questions you got, all that good stuff on Mondays and Tuesdays. Now, this week, of course, we're here on Wednesday and Thursday because we didn't have school on Monday, and Tuesday we did boot camp. So we're Wednesday and Thursday this week. But our usual week will be class on Mondays and Tuesdays. Then Wednesdays and Thursdays will be somewhat the same. It's still, if your grade is below 70%, you have to come to class or you're kind of absent because you got to come to class. Let's look at what you're missing. Let's see, do you have any questions? What do you need help with? Let's get your grade up to where it needs to be. And I got to say, this class did really well last semester with not having a whole lot of people needing to be here on Wednesday or Thursday. It just didn't happen because you guys were on top of it. Usually, last semester, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday would be those less than 70% days. You got to come to the meet, all that good stuff on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We have changed Fridays. Fridays is now no class meets whatsoever. There will be no class meets. You can't hop on. Oh man, it's time for math. Let me hop on, Ask Mr. Brock a question. No, there will be no Mr. Brock online. Fridays will be if your grade is below 65%, and it stays below 65% for 3 weeks in a row. All right. You're not getting stuff turned in, or you're doing terrible on stuff. You're just struggling and just kind of lost. 65%, below 65%, below 65%. Then you'll be required to come in person on Friday. We have a virtual lab on the other side of this wall behind me. You'll have to come up to the virtual lab in person to get help. because your grade has been below 65% for 3 weeks in a row, right? Hopefully, maybe just one class is all you need help with. But if you have multiple classes, then you'll have to see multiple teachers. We're not going to have any meets on Friday because we want to be available to meet with whoever needs to be here in person. So we can sit next to you. We can say, okay, what's going on? Hey, why are we struggling with this? Do you need to get questions? Do you understand what's going on with this? How can I help you? And we're going to get stuff caught up, get things turned in, right? And hopefully one Friday, you're here, you meet with the teachers, you get things done, you get turned in, your grades back up, and you're good to go. Don't have to be here Wednesday, Thursday. Don't have to come another Friday. But, but if you're here Friday and the next week your grade's still below 65, so you got to come the second Friday, and your grade's still below 65. If you have to come 3 Fridays in a row, that means your grade has been below 65% for like 6 weeks, because it has to be 3 weeks before you're required to come. And then if you're still here another 3 weeks below 65, then our principal, Miss Hayden, meets with you and your parents and says, I don't think virtual is the right place for this student. This student needs to go back to the building where they can be in class, because they are not succeeding as a virtual student. And that's our main goal. Is we don't want you to be in virtual and fail classes. It's like that you just waste the whole semester, right? We want you to get your credits. We want you to graduate on time. We don't want you to have to repeat classes. We want you to be successful. And if 6 weeks in a row you're right there at failing or below failing, virtual is not helping you. You're not succeeding at virtual. Virtual is not the place that you need to be in class. And the principal will be happy to meet with your parents and you and you're back to school, because that'd be the best thing for you. But I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of students that's going to be there. Now, I will say she told us during the Christmas break, she sent 20 to 30 students back to schools. They didn't all want to go. Some of them wanted to stay, but they were not succeeding. They were failing. I had several students that failed. Not in this class. Nobody failed in this class. But I had several students that failed in other classes, and some of those students, she sent them back because virtual wasn't working. So now we have changed the schedule so we can catch those people earlier in the semester before the whole semester is gone, before you fail the whole semester. We want to catch it earlier, get you back in a setting where you can pass. But again, I don't see that being a problem in this class, because you guys didn't fail last semester. Everybody got credit. If you were here in the fall, all you guys got credit for the fall and looking good. But if you have struggle in any of your classes, that is the schedule this semester. So I just want you to be aware of that and understand. So, okay, especially for you new students, just a refresher for everybody. Still some people with cameras off. Let me show you. Need to make sure you can log in today. Okay, this is our Google Classroom. You know where that is. You found it in order to be able to get here right now. You found the join link right down here that you got to meet. Well, right above this join link is a link to Buzz. This is where our algebra is. And when you click on that, it will open a window with this screen right here. It says Bentonville Schools right there, and we'll have a place for you to log in up in the corner. Now, if you are new, you don't have your login yet, I will give it to you here in class. But if you have been here last semester, nothing changed. Whatever your link was is still what your link is today. I did not reset your passwords. I did not change anything. It should be the same thing you've always done. But for you new folks that haven't logged in before, here, I've got this little graphic I'm going to put up on the screen right here. Your login right here is taken from your Bentonville email account. Like if your name was Algorithm, then your email would be Garithma at bentonvillek12.org. So Garithma would be your login. And your password will be online 2026, no spaces, capital O. So just use your Bentonville school email address, but do not use the at bentonvillek12.org. I'm not going to use that part. So I wonder if I can scratch that out so we emphasize that. It's thinking. Yeah, if I put text on there, maybe can I draw on it? I don't want to add text. I would actually add some visuals. Oh, markup. There. Let's go to markup. So if I take a red line, and let's just put a red line right here. Don't use this part. Oh, that's too wide of a line. No. Can we undo that? Yeah, we'll undo that. Let's make the thickness a lot smaller. Okay, so don't use this part of it. Just the first part. There, I like that better. All right. Everybody go. Make sure you can log into Buzz. I'm going to pause here. Well, especially the new students that have never logged into Buzz before. Make sure while you are here in class that you are able to log in. And I'll show you when you log in. I'm going to go ahead and log in myself. You will see a screen that looks like this. We'll have some classes on there. You may just only have algebra. You may have some other teachers that use it. You may have some other classes. You may have some other classes that use. But let me put that login information back up there again for anyone that needs it. But make sure you can log in, especially my new folks. All right. Is anyone having problems being able to log in? Okay, I don't see anyone raising your hand. I don't see anyone in the chat. I'm assuming everyone's able to log in then. All right, so when you click on the Algebra 2 class, it should open up to this window here. It'll have Brock 3rd, Advanced Algebra 2, 25, 26, and you'll see Module 5 down here. And when you can click the little arrow next to it, it'll just open the folder and show you what all's in that folder. But this is where we're going to be starting this semester, is with Module 5. We did the first modules last semester, so that's where we're starting here. And for you folks that were here with me last semester, we're picking up right where we left off here. I do want to point out one thing. There is a second screen here in Buzz. If you click on the little menu up in the corner, you'll see there's a grade screen. We're on the activity screen right now, but there's a grade screen. And the grade screen, when you go there, shows all the assignments that we have right now, along with the due dates. So you can go and see what's coming up. This will also have anything you've already turned in. It'll show your grade. It'll show what day you turned it in, all that kind of stuff. So this is a great place to start each week. Come to the grade screen and look and see, do I have everything turned in? What was my grade? Maybe I want to redo something, because if you don't score well on something, you might want to redo it. I generally let you have like 3 attempts, except for tests. Tests you have to ask. If you want to redo a test, talk to me. Otherwise, you can redo it automatically in Buzz. They have like 3 attempts total. But this will have all the due dates. So you can look and see. Let's see, our first thing, we have exponential functions that we will be doing. That's due. These are all Sundays. Sunday, January 18th at 11:59 p.m. officially. So that will be our first one. Let me go back to the activity screen. You'll see we have an exponential functions lesson and then the exponential functions assignment. So next week, when we come to class, we'll be opening up this lesson and going through and taking a look at that. Loading a little slowly. It's got 8 pages, and we'll go through and look at all the stuff it has on there. But it has example problems. It has stuff that we can work. It has hidden answers, multiple examples of how to do things. So anytime you see something like this color, you got to click on that to see what's underneath it. But there's 4 steps to doing this with exponential functions. Sometimes there's videos. This gives us how to solve exponential equations. Here's some reviews on exponent properties, which we will look at those again to review the properties of exponents, because we need those when working with exponential functions. Here's a video. Solve this exponential equation. And here's a video that, let's see how long it is. 2 minutes and 8 seconds. A little 2 minute video that shows how to solve this. Second example. Second example does not have videos. It has little tabs that we can work through things like this. So we'll go through this next week and see what it's going to teach us about exponential equations. But it has all kinds of good information. Some pages are longer than others. There's another video, another 10 steps type thing. So, but anyway, we will go through that. We're not going to go through the lesson today. Just want to show you when we go to the lesson. And then we have the assignment that comes after that. And a lot of our assignments are just multiple choice. This one has 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 multiple choice questions on this one. Sometimes on tests, we have part multiple choice and part that you have to actually, actually have to type your answers. You have to show your work sometimes. And when we get to that, we'll talk about that. But this is where we're going to start next week. So for today, since we're not really jumping into this, I want to go back to something I was doing at the beginning of the year. We kind of got away from it. I want to go back and talk about some estimation. I want to get you guys' thoughts on estimating numbers, having some idea in your head. Now, let me talk again why this is important. In mathematics, it really helps to have a good number sense, having an idea of what the answer should be. Because too often we've gotten to where we just rely on a calculator. Okay, that's the answer. But we can miskey things on a calculator. We could be doing the wrong equation on a calculator. And if we're just writing down the answer, sometimes the answer doesn't even make any sense. Something should click in your head and it's like, oh, that can't be right. Some number sense. Something inside you saying that number's so far off that can't be correct. Like, if you're typing 6 times 7 and it's 111. Oh, it's 111. Okay. Well, you hit something wrong. Maybe you hit 16 times 7 and got 112 or whatever. So something should click in your head. So that's what this is that we're going to look at. You can kind of tell for yourself how good are you at kind of estimating, kind of having not knowing exactly what the answer is, but are you in the ballpark? And the first one's always the hardest one because we're just starting from scratch, but they build on each other. They build on it. So let's see how good your estimation skills are. And we're going to do a few different ones. These are kind of fun. I like this. But here's our first one. They sell these at Walmart. When you go to pack boxes with something that's fragile, you might need to go buy some bubble wrap. I bought a lot of this when we were packing up our house 2 years ago or a year and a half ago. How long is a roll of mini bubble wrap? So Grant says it's 75 feet when he unrolls it. Feet's probably is what the answer's in. I don't know. Thank you, Shaylin. 12 feet. 25 feet. 20 feet. 60 feet. Any more guesses? Come on, go out there. 30 feet, 40 feet, 200 feet. But we're going to find out how long this one is. Shaylin says 20. Let's see. This one is 100 feet long. Or if you did it in meters, which nobody here thinks in meters, we think in feet. We're in America. Taha has it right there at 100. Right there was the last guess right as I put that up. It's 100 square feet because it's 1 feet tall, so it's 100 feet long. So that's kind of our base starting point. So now looking at this, if this one is 100 feet, how long is the large roll of the bubble wrap? Camden's going with 1,000. 250, 400, 200. See, this is where we get a little idea. If someone says, well, it's probably 60 feet, then wait a minute, you're way off. There's no way it's smaller. So we know right away it's got to be larger than 100. I see 250, 300, 175, 3 to 400, 400, somewhere in here. Everyone feel good about your guesses? 250 for Saha. 400 for Eliza. Here we go. I'll give you a last second guess if you have a guessed. 300 for Joseph. 250. But Saha, have you been moving lately? Saha's just nailing this every time. Have you been packing up a bunch of China or something? I'll tell you. I love it. It's great. 250. So it is 2.5 times as much. But we have a larger one. That how much? Let's see how much larger it looks than this one. Now this looks like. Let's see if I click on that picture. Does it get bigger? Yeah, there's the bigger bubble cushion. Has this got bigger bubbles? I wonder. I don't know. The pattern looks a little different, but the size to me doesn't look much different. Well, I guess we'll see. Is this different than the last one? The bubbles look a little different, but I don't know. The roll to me doesn't look like it's bigger. That's as close up as we're getting right there. So can't read the words. Usually, if it has it there in the words, they block it out. If we go back and look at the first one of these, that 100 will not be there. They cover that 100 up. They just Photoshop, take it out. So all right, well let's take a look. This one's 125, so it's not that much bigger because the bubbles are bigger. It looks like. Oh, see, it says 125 right there in big letters. They covered that up. Yeah, these are just fatter bubbles, so it's not as long because it's got bigger bubbles on that wrap. So it is different than the last one. All right, so we learned a little something there. All right, let's look at this next set of stuff. Oh no, I'm not going to go that one. I want to do this one. How long is this garden hose? If we unroll this, oh, it's got a 10-year warranty. That's a pretty good one there. It's medium duty. But you can't see how long it is. That's been photoshopped out. I don't see anything that gives me a length. I bet it was right here. I bet it's right here on the end. Maybe right here too. I don't know. We'll see. A lot of 50-foot guesses, 25, 35. All right, you guys are in the ballpark. I don't know the answer. I haven't looked. 60 feet, 40 feet. I think you guys got a pretty good idea where we stand with this. All right, let's take a look at the answer. This is a 50. It is right there. Yeah, they photoshopped it out. 50 feet. So this is a 50-foot water hose. All right, medium duty, 50-foot water hose. So that means if that's 50 feet, what about the second one? Okay. 100. Keith's in there quickly. Joseph agrees. A lot of people say this must be 100. There's a 75, a 125. Is it twice the size? Is it more than twice the size? Is it a little less than twice the size? Having a good idea of about how much it is. You guys are pretty good. 80 feet. All right, let's see. This one is a 100-foot roll of hoses. So two of those stacked on top of each other. So they put two 50s would equal the 100. It's the same height, same coil. All right, let's see if we have another hose one here. We do. There is a third possibility. You can buy this super mega hose over here. If your yard is really, really big and a long ways away, I'm seeing 200s and 250s. If it's a long ways from your water spout to your garden, maybe you should have planted the garden a little closer to the house. That's a long ways. 150, 250, 200, 250, lots of 250s, 200s. Let's see, because I think you guys, again, you're in the range. 200 for Jaden. All right, here we go. 150? No way. But it says it's 150. I thought for sure it was 200. I did see 175. Yes, back up here. All right, it says that it's actually 150. Who said 150? Ethan said 150. Ethan had that nailed. So it's basically the size of three of those. All right, I'm a little surprised. I think that's all the hose ones. So I'm gonna go. Oh no, there's an industrial hose. Okay, so the industrial hose is bigger around than this one is. You see, it's a lot thicker. It's a heavier duty. It's handle a higher water pressure. So, all right, guesses are going back to 50. All right, Vivian. Guesses are going back down to 50. But we're saying these are the same length. Everyone's going with 50, it looks like. So if we have the regular medium duty hose, that this is 50 feet, we think with the more industrial hose that this is 50 feet. And I see some 30s and 75 and 40s. Let's see. It is the same length. It's just bigger because it's bigger around. So when you coil it up, it just takes more space. So I think we have one more then since we switched to industrial. So now we have the bigger industrial. So this is the same strength hose as what we have on the left, but this is obviously longer because it's stacked higher. 75, 100. Seeing lots of hundreds, seeing 175 on the high end, 75-ish, 80. So I think maybe it's not quite twice as long. All right. Pretty good guesses here. Let's see how we did. 75. Man, Keith, you were so close. We did have Lillian guess 75. We have some good guesses there. All right, 75-foot hose. I think that's the last of the hose one. So I got another screen I want to go to. Yeah, that goes to something different. I want to go to this one. Okay, there's two ways you can answer this. One is like a percentage, like 30% of the pie or something like that. The other is, I think it's degrees. Like if this is 360 degrees, 360 degrees, how many degrees is missing? Or you could say like half a pie or, 20% of a pie or whatever. So you got to go either way. You either do degrees or like a percentage, a fraction or percentage. All right, I'm seeing 80 degrees, 7/8, 1/5, 30, 60 degrees, 20%, 25%, 25%. Joseph agrees with you, Vivian. 60 degrees. So we know it's less than 90 degrees, right? We know it's not a right angle in there. So that's good. You guys are all guessing less than 90 degrees. And we know it's not half, so it's not 50%. It's got to be a lot less than 50%. So Saha says 1/5 or 20% would be 1/5. I don't remember if he gives it as a fraction or percent. I think it's percent. It may be 20%. Well, Lillian says 20%. All right, so correct that. Make sure Piper says 25%. All right, let's see, and it should give us both answers here. Oh, there's a video reveal. Let's check out the video reveal. I don't know if there's any sound with it. I don't think there is. Okay, so how many degrees? 72 degrees or exactly 20% here. Close it, little X. So if you said 1/5 or you said 20%, and some of you did, or if you were real close at 72 degrees, I saw 60 degrees and 80 degrees. There's a lot of people right in the ballpark. So you guys are doing great with this. I thought of switching to percentages or degrees would mess you up, but you guys are still right in the ballpark, right where you want to be. Before you measure it, you got a good idea if the answer is right. Someone told you that was 110 degrees, you would have said, no, it can't be 110 degrees. This was less than 90 degrees. All right, great job. Let's see where they go next. Okay, so that other one was 20% and 72 degrees. Now, how much has been eaten? Now, this looks like I've been eating the desserts. See, the first with my wife, and then I'm eating a lot more. So the last one was 20% or 72 degrees that was eaten. How much has been eaten now? 5/8. 5/8, which would be 62.5%, I think. 60%. 60%. 55, 62, 210 degrees. So it's over 180. Yeah, 180 would be half, right? Because 360 degrees. So 210, 60%, 65, 66. Oh, I love it. We're getting down to the nitty gritties here. All of our guesses are basically between 55 and 66. 153 degrees. So, we got a lot of good guesses. I'll be interested to see where this falls. Let's see. Video reveal. Oh, Living corrected it. 253. Yeah, it has to be over 180, right? Okay, let's measure it. Here we go. It's growing. It's growing. Y'all gonna be close. Where we at? Right at just below, just below 60%. They got to a decimal. Look at that. 59.2%. So if you said 59 or 60, you were right on there. And it's 213 degrees. Grant guessed 210, was right there. So he was right there. And the 59, 60% guesses. You guys are killing this. This is awesome. I tell you, I wasn't sure that anyone could get close on these, but you guys are nailing it. All right, I think we have another pie. Another pie, right? We do have another pie. Now, how much of the pie has been eaten? Not what's left. How much of it has been eaten, either by percent or by degrees? 7/8. I'm seeing people saying 7/8, which is let's see, an eighth is 12.5%, so that'd be 87.5%. 80%, 85%, 95%, 87%. Vivian's like, yep, about 80%. You bet. Grant's going to go 87.6 because they've been doing decimals. So you're going to see how close he can nail it. 87.6. Ooh, are we ready for a reveal? You guys are getting way too good. Oh, 88.4, 88, 85.7. Got some last second guesses coming in here. All right, let's pull up our video here again. See how we do. Here we go. We're measuring around. Oh, there it is, 88.6. Ethan had 88.4 on there. So he was off by 0.2. 0.2. It was 319 degrees for anyone. No one guessed degrees. We all guessed percentage pretty much. But 88.6. There's just enough left for a snack. Anybody wants a little pie? We have some left over. Just a little bit there. But good job, guys. Man, that's perfect. Let's see. I think that's all the pies. I got one last group of pictures. Oh, now they want pie symbols. Okay, we'll look at the pi symbols because that's just kind of fun. On this whole tie, right? That's what they want to know, the whole tie. Yeah, how many pi symbols are on the pi tie? And I don't have a pi tie. I could use a pi tie. So you can kind of see how many just in the small section, which is just what's visible down here. But the tie is, a lot longer. Let's see. That's a great guess, Keith. He believes there's 3.14159. See, that that wins. That's I don't know what the answer is, but how could you go wrong? 3.1. 3 point. Let's see how many is visible here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 37, 28, 39, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44. There are 45, including the partial ones that we know continues on. There's 45 visible right here on this section of the thigh. And the thigh goes all the way up there and around the neck. So I'm seeing guesses from 3.14159 all the way up to, I see 400. Cameron says 314.5 because knowing that they will throw decimals out there if it's appropriate. 275. I'm going to say all of you are too low. I don't know. 400 may not be too low. I'm just guessing. Let's see. Well, let's figure out. 221. Oh, you guys are a lot closer than I was. I thought it was a little more than that. I see 210. I see 240. You guys did a lot better than I did on that one. I was, and they're doing 5. How many is in each row? There's 7 in each of these rows. So they're adding them all up. Well, I guess they didn't go around their neck though. They just went on the visible part here too. So, all right, I like it. Do they have another pie tie? No, they switched to mushroom. All right, here's my last group that we're gonna look at. I wanted this ketchup packets. How many packets of ketchup? Here's a packet of ketchup. Fills one of these containers. We see these all the time, right? When we go to these fast food places. So Vivian says 7 packets to fill that up. Now, some of you may know this from experience. You may be right on. And when they fill this, I know they fill it as high as they can go, right, without spilling. So it's not like they're doing it level with the cup. They're putting everything on there they can. So how many of these ketchup packets will it take to fill that up and fill it up as a mound, not just even with the top? As long as it doesn't spill over the sides, they'll keep piling them on there. So I'm seeing guesses from 3.5 to what's the highest guess? 8? Nope, 7. 3.5 to 7. No problem. No problem, Keith. 3.5 to 7. Thinking some of y'all know exactly how much this is because you do. Oh, there's a video reveal. Oh, let's see the video rather than just the picture. I think it's more fun. Okay, so there's 1, and there's 2. Squeeze it all out, and 3, 4, 5. It's not full yet. It's to the top, but we can put more because we don't have to go back and get more ketchup. Right? We're gonna put all we can in there the first time. Whoo! There's 6. Can we do more? We're going to call that full, apparently. All right. 6 is full. He's laying them all out. Call that full at 6 packets of ketchup. So there's some guesses. A lot of people said 6. I saw some 6s on that list. All right. Good job, Cameron. So if we could put 6 in this one, how about these? You see some places have these ketchup containers. They're not as tall, but they're bigger around. They're wider. 5, 1.5, 9. Ooh, so we got some folks thinking maybe it's a little bigger. Some people think it's smaller. You know, it's bigger circumference, that's for sure. 5, 3, 4, 5. I don't know. Instinctively, you just think maybe it doesn't hold as much. But again, it is a lot bigger around. 5 or 3, 2, 4, 5, 7. All right, let's get us some ketchup here. Oh, did it freeze up on me? Oh, I got to reload the page. It's not letting me do anything. Or did I open it in a new page? Oh, oh. What's it doing? Oh, it's thinking. It's thinking hard. Oops, could not be found. All right, well, I know it was page 122. Oh, no, 222 maybe. What page was I on? Yeah, there we go, 222. All right, let's see the video reveal. 6. See some corrections of 6. All right, here we go. There's our first one. Here's our second one. Here's our third one. Here's our fourth one. Oh, fourth one, we're just now getting to the top. We can go higher. Oh, is this going to be it? All right, calling that full 6. Oh, no, we're going on. We're going for 7. Just because it's so big around, they can go higher. Called it at 7. All right. Looks like red ice cream. Yeah, well, kind of does there, but all right. 7 ketchup packets. So we had back over here, we had 6 ketchup packets. So it turns out this one is just one bigger with 7 ketchup packets. Let's see. Now, oh, this is what I like to do. Take this container and you can stretch it out. You can pop open those little folds and make it bigger. Make it bigger. And how much ketchup will it hold when we pop the seams and stretch it out? That even says twice as much. Let's see what it held the first time. It held 6, right? The other one held 7. So Jaden says twice as much. 10, 9, 9, 10, 12, 16. Definitely think it'll hold more because now it's got circumference and height, right? The height's a little shorter, but not much. 16, 12, 10, 12. See a 9s there, 10s. Oh, we're all over. We're all over it. We got to be in there somewhere. 100. Keith. Okay, it does hold. Oh, 10. Yeah, 10's probably a better guess there, Keith. I think 100 maybe a little bit, extreme. Well, let's see. This will be interesting. All right, first one. We know the first 6 ought to go pretty easy because we held 6 when it was unmolested, as it were. Yeah, there's 5. 6 doesn't even get it to the top. 7 made it about even. 8. We're still going 9. We got room to build. We got good ketchup. It's good and thick. It's not runny ketchup. Oh, we've hit 11. Think we can go more than that, can we? Yeah. 12. That's where he's stopping. 12 of them gets it pretty full. It's a pretty good amount. Or than that, it may start pushing it over the sides. 12's our winner. Joseph got a 12. Piper's got a 12. There's Jaden with a 12. We had a lot of you folks on the 12 wagon here. It means we should have one more, right? Because we could also stretch out this one that held 7. Now it's not going to stretch out as much, right? Because it doesn't have that tall of a side. But this was 6. This was 7. This was 12 back here. How much will be the one that's bigger around, making it even bigger around? 9, 8, 14, 10. 10, 10, 10. Lots of tens. Lots of people think 10 is going to be the answer here. 12, 11. All right. Well, we can definitely get more than 7, but how much more than 7? He thinks we can get 3 times as much. Well, you got some really, really thick ketchup, I think, to stack it that high. But who knows? This is some good thick ketchup they got. This must be Heinz. It's got to be that good name brand. All right. He's purposely not showing us the brands, I think, because he didn't like to pay any kind of royalties for anything. But we should get to 7 pretty quickly because that's as much as it held before. There's 7. There's 8. Come on, you can do more than that, can't you? Yes, we can go more. 9. Gonna try for 10. Oh, it looks like he's gonna stop at 9. Stopped at 9. All right, well, if somebody beats that, if you go to a fast food restaurant, can do more than 9. I'm thinking you could get one more in there. It looks like there's some space that you could pile it in. But 9 is the official answer. We did have a lot of 10s, and I think 10 would fit. But Vivian had 9 on there. I've seen some 9s going through the stack. So good job on there. All right, that's all of those I had tabbed up to do because I think that's kind of fun. Oh, wait, there's another one. I didn't see this one. Hold on. Because we were just talking about this, that I thought it would hold more. This says, let me close this down, about how many more ketchup packets are needed to make it overflow. How many more? Don't give me total. It's already got 9. How many more before it starts hitting the table? 2 more, 3 more, 3 or 4 more, 4 more. Ethan's confident to get a lot of ketchup there. If you love ketchup like I do, I'm going to get a bunch of ketchup in there. All right. They just have a reveal here. They don't have a video. So this is 12 packets. So 3 more was the answer. 3 more, and it spilled out. So which means you could get 11 in there. See, 9 was not the answer. It was really 11. But so anyone who said 3 more, and there were several of you that said 3 more, you nailed it. You nailed it. 3 more, and it's on the table. And is there anything else on there? No. Okay. Now it's doing something totally different. All right. Good job, guys. Good job working on some number sense, kind of making sense of what we see out there in the world. It's good to have a good idea in your head of what the answers are. If you go to the store and you buy 7 items and they cost $6 each, they shouldn't say it costs $71 at the register, right? Got to have a good idea so people don't cheat you in this world. On purpose or not on purpose. So, all right, guys, this is the only time we meet this week. So I will see you guys Monday afternoon, and we'll jump into some algebra then and get started on this semester. So have a great weekend. We'll catch you next time.